Hello Hassam, I'm Marcus from Group 20, and we're working on the MRI VR simulation program project. In this case, we are working in this sprint. We were working on both polishing and fixing bugs as always for the program, but the big goal for this sprint was implementing the MRI brain exam module. So I was actually tasked with a lot of tasks related to the brain exam besides the usual, which are handling pull requests and reviewing everyone's codes and communicating with the clients. I actually had to do much less with pull request reviews since everyone's pretty solid now and on how to follow the code guidelines of the project. Besides that, what I also worked on is fixing some small textures that were reported from the client and from the other people on the team. And I also worked on implementing the MRI coil and the feedbacks and the feedback reports and a small feature related to closing the door before you can execute the test. Okay, you can now see also that this is part of my contribution, which is like being able to grab um, the head coil and be able to clip it, have this kind of like animation. Then you're also able to call the patient in and he has their own animations. I'm also able to clip on this this upper part for the exam. Show you here. Yep. Which you can now see how that also applies for the patient. Here's an example of the patient being able to lay down and he has his own animations. I didn't work on the animation parts, but I did make sure it all worked. Now I can grab the upper part of the coil and put it on top. Okay, and I should be able to put the patient back in. There's some steps that I'm skipping just to make things quicker. Then after this, you're able. This is also another part which I worked on, which is being able to check the which coil, if the proper coil is being added. In this case, the head coil. And then once I close the door here, that's another check that is related to the ones I worked on, which in this case is the zone for a door closed is correct. After that, there's some standard things that I have to do for the that you can do for the head exam, but they're all already implemented, and that's basically what I worked on this sprint. Thank you.